Welcome to episode 87 of the Good Kraken Show. My name is Devin Stanford, aka Brevin the Dude, and I am joined here today by our favorite little Thai peanut. It's Xander.
Hey.
How you doing, dude?
I'm all right. It's been a morning.
Yeah. You guys have been having some wild weather over there.
Yeah, so they're calling it a blizzard. And so I was doing some video editing this morning, and Mother Nature was not happy with that. She's like, no, not today.
Not today.
Yeah. So one corrupted project file later, I'm here sulking in my own sadness. But you know, at
Are you
least
gonna try to like go back and redo it all? Are you gonna try to start
absolutely.
it again?
I'm gonna
More power to
have
you,
to
dude.
knock that out. I gotta do it.
And that other soothing voice there is none other than our Vermilion beard, Garrick B. Eaton. How you doing, man?
I thought it. Dude, I'm here unexpectedly this morning. I wasn't I was just invited, and here I am.
Welcome.
The morning is still young for me.
Expect it to
even though it's
more.
1.
Expect it to happen more now that you have Saturdays off.
True enough.
Yeah.
The opportunities could definitely arise.
Surreal, Reed, welcome. Good to see you. As you guys see, we got Ernell in the chair. He's being our guy in the chair, as one would say, which means he's going to end up being my hobgoblin in the future. So,
No, I am starting to feel a little bit better. My voice isn't a fucking train wreck as much as it was. I'm just still like coughing at any like moment's notice, kind of like where Devin was a couple weeks ago. So if I even then, like if I talk for like longer than like 15 seconds, I can kind of hear my voice start to like dip a little bit.
Yeah.
It starts trailing off.
But it's like there's a pandemic or something going on.
I know.
It's
weird.
It's wild. But it's a good thing I was vaccinated. Otherwise, I'd be dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Could be like that.
Yeah. I don't think you die.
Great intro, right?
But I love you, Ernell. Don't die.
I won't die, guys. But anyways, yeah.
Because this is the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. If you're riding this wave, Ernell is still here with us, and you can head on over to patreon.com/Good Kraken Show, where you can submit your questions and topics to the show, get exclusive post-show content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services across the digital sea. Where is it, guys? Come on.
Yar.
That's right.
Wait.
But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you're watching live, you have a very important job. You can head on over to Fact Check in the official Good Kraken Discord channel, where you can keep us humble and correct when we screw up information during the show. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us and help keep us pushing content out for all of you listening or watching at home. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken, ! And leaving a review there. Review. Xander! We got some captain's orders. Come watch the Spawnies with us on Monday, January 31st. We will be reacting and co-streaming for the very one and only Khalif Adams of the Spawn on Me podcast. He is doing his award show that day. We will be live 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out. It's going to be a good time. Isn't that right, Ernell?
Jeez.
Squawk.
Squawk.
Speaking of seagulls,
I'm sad I won't be able to be there.
we got some little waves.
Ooh.
You gotta give me more lead up than that, man. I can't just. I'm
Just like a 0.5 second segue. Ready to go.
You gotta build into the segue. You know what I'm saying?
Squawk!
Squawk! Squawk!
By the way, Ernell, hit the button. Just hit the button. Now.
Squawk! Squawk! Squawk!
Trying to keep you on your your little flippy toes.
Oh,
Flippy toe.
right. I know.
Flippy toes, huh?
What the fuck is a
My
flippy
little
toe?
flippy toes. My
You know the
flippy
little
toes.
the little flippy toes that seagulls have.
Oh
just to
my
be
God.
clear, they're not called flippy toes, right? I don't think they're called flippy toes.
No,
I don't think
anyone's
that's a
ever called that.
scientific.
Because I
Guys, I'm a science guy. Okay,
he is certified.
I'm a science guy.
Because
We established this.
because you're meaning like flippers, right? Like flipper toes. Is that like what that's short for? Is flipper toes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Flippy
love that for you.
toes.
I love that for you. So which we didn't discuss this, but which one of you beautiful gentlemen are taking?
How
waves?
about we flip a coin for it? Heads is Xander, tails is Garrick. This is how we podcast, guys. This is how we do it today.
That's fair. That's fair.
Convenient of you to be left out.
Listen.
Well, I'm hosting, motherfuckers.
Listen, I'll take it now because watch in like 2 years' time when we're like G4 level, he's gonna just like crack a fucking pool stick over his knee and like, all right, who wants it?
Tails. It's Garrick.
Me,
Bet.
me, I bet.
Give it
I'll
to
give
him,
you- I'll give you
Crimson
right.
Chin.
You can get first story, Xander.
First up on Little Waves is Crisis 4 is coming. Announced under a simple headline of a Chrysotech announcement, the teaser shows a number of images from an unstable sun to a collapsing building before ending with a large number 4 and the tagline, "Join the journey, become the hero." No official title, release date, platforms, or game details have been announced at the time of writing. I'm so sick and stoked to burn out another PC trying to play a Crisis game. Are you guys?
So
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
just makes me very happy that I have a console that it will run optimally on. And I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about burning out my GPU on my computer.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Watch it just start frying Xbox.
Did you see that look Xander just gave me? He just like gave me this look of pain and torment.
Ask our audio listeners. I did no such thing.
he just looked at me with the burning passion of 1,000 suns and just said with his eyes,
Listen.
Fuck
listen.
you, Devin.
Battlefield 2042 still hurts. Okay.
"Yeah, I do.
So,
I feel you."
does this do anything for you guys? Are either of you guys excited to play Crisis? Have you guys played any of the other
Absolutely.
Crisis?
I played Crisis 3.
Yeah,
That's the
I
only
played
one that I
Crisis
played.
3 too because I remember when that came to Xbox 360, I think.
Yep,
Is it?
yep.
Yep. And it had a multiplayer beta, and that was my first experience playing a Crisis game, and then I actually ended up picking up the game. So,
Mhm.
but it's pretty
personally
fun.
Never played one. I've never
They're-
played a Crisis.
it's-
game. I know
it's-
they're on Game Pass now.
Yeah, they're solid shooters. They really are.
Mhm.
They, I mean, and
Third
they look
person or
great.
FPS?
FPS.
Okay, didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Solid shooter.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, I'm interested to see how it looks once they get further along in development.
Yeah,
but,
once we actually have some real details other than the fact. that
I
they
do
showed the
also want to
development.
say the fluff in this little blurb is amazing. It's amazingly done. Because
Join the
basically,
journey, become the hero.
in a nutshell, it's like we have literally nothing on this game, not a damn thing, but it's
Capitalized,
happening.
we were able to use a whole ass paragraph to tell you that this is happening, but we don't know shit about it.
Yeah,
It was interesting when I was putting together this, and I was thinking the same thing. Where I was like, "What? Like it's like."
But do you guys know we do have some shit we know about?
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
that?
The Mortal Kombat movie sequel is moving ahead with the Moon Knight writer.
Hype.
Whoop whoop. Deadline
excited for it.
reports that the new movie will be written by Jeremy Slater, who is also the head writer for Marvel's Moon Knight series. It's primed to pick up from the last movie, which proved to be a pandemic-era hit, opening at #1 in the box office and ranking among HBO Max's top films. Did you guys like the first Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah.
I am.
I enjoyed it.
unnecessarily hyped for this. Like I should not
Yeah.
be this hyped for this, but I am.
So like there's the fan casting rumor is that they want to get Ryan Reynolds to play freaking
Johnny
my
Cage.
God.
Oh,
Yeah,
Johnny Cage?
Yeah.
I
and
would
I'd buy
I would
into that.
actually love that.
yeah, I would totally I could see it. I could see it.
Yeah.
Real quick, what's some other like fan casting you think who Johnny Cage could be?
For Johnny?
Jack Black.
Damn.
Oh,
Jack Black.
Jack This is why you're not on camera.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
you're grounded.
I'm
You're
sick.
grounded.
I'm not making
Man.
any sense. I'm
Either that
obviously
that
delusional.
COVID brain's just messing up something up there.
Yeah, just keep me out of this conversation.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, really?
I feel like he's a
Yeah.
little old for it.
Yeah, but I feel like he's got, even though I know he's a little old for the choice, but I feel like he would play the character really well.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think the lady who plays Sonya in this new one is that young either. I don't think. I might be wrong, but
What if it was just like fucking
yeah,
John
that's-
Cena?
Oh God.
No, that'd be so.
as
That'd
Have you guys-
Peacemaker,
Now,
as
this
Johnny
is-
Cage.
Yeah.
This might come out a
No.
little out of left field, but Garrett Hedlund, I feel like could potentially pull the character off.
Who's that?
He's
Yeah, what do we know him from?
Tron Legacy is the most notable one.
Oh,
he's
the main actor.
Yeah, he was the main one. And then since then, he's been in a lot
a
of
while
kind of
since
like
I've
just
seen
like
that.
low key movies. But everything that I've seen him in, he's fucking great.
Mhm.
And there have been moments in his previous works where he could kind of like uptick the sarcastic asshole, like kind of full of himself kind of deal.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
So-
mean,
That-
you know
What about
Sure.
Chris Evans, guys?
Sure.
I mean,
He
Eh,
has
I mean,
played
I feel
a
like he's
cocky,
too big.
sarcastic asshole. a
I
lot.
do have I have like a backup choice.
Yeah.
Charlie Hunnam.
oh, Garrett Hedlund's alter ego.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If Chris Evans is too big, wouldn't that make Ryan Reynolds too big?
No, Ryan Reynolds. He's like
He's
got
pretty
he
big.
feels I know, but like he's built more slender. Like Chris Evans is broad
Oh, you mean
as
like-
fuck. Yeah, like just like overall physique.
I mean, yeah, but Johnny Cage is like that in the games.
I
He
mean,
almost had like a sporty
yeah.
businessman
No,
sort
think
of
about
build
it.
in the game.
No, think about it. He is in the Mortal Kombat universe, he is a action star, like a movie star too.
True.
Like that's what he is in the
That'd be pretty
universe.
meta.
Yeah.
It would be.
Right?
It would be, yeah.
It would be meta as fuck. But
Speaking-
like that's really like what he is.
Yeah. Speaking of meta, let's keep pushing. We've spent a lot of time on this conversation.
Hey, because Mortal Kombat's hype.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
All right. Next on Little Waves, we have Uncharted devs seem to want to make another sequel. It's a world we want to see more of. As part of an interview with Games Radar, Uncharted creative director Sean Escag.
I believe it's Escape. No.
There's a G in there. Don't you do that to me.
Escag.
Okay, I was
Escag.
close. Good. Escag offered fans a slight hope that that perhaps there could be more from the Uncharted franchise when speaking about his thoughts on the topic. I think we can say for certain that we can never say never. Yeah, Uncharted is a franchise we love, that the studio loves, I love, and the Uncharted The Lost Legacy director Kurt Margano loves. It is a world we want to see more of. So I can certainly say that, explained Escag. I would not be shocked if we got another one. I don't think the franchise
Mhm.
definitely is popular enough.
I need to
D-
finish these fucking games, man. I gotta finish
I
these
know.
fucking games, dude. Like,
Same.
I can. I just haven't fucking done it. I'll probably do that after Horizon, if anything.
There's 4 of them
No.
now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
5.
well,
technically.
5 technically.
Or
including
4.5.
Yeah, the
Okay.
offshoot, like the spin-off one, kind
Yeah.
of.
So do you think they continue Nathan Drake, or do they move on with a new character?
I think
Ooh.
I think Nathan Drake has
Yeah.
a unbeknownst daughter.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't know.
mayhaps. I feel like that would be a stretch.
Yeah, pull a Resident Evil, you know.
Or it's like
I
it's
don't know.
Nicolas Cage. It's Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Fun fact, that's what the new Nicolas Cage movie is actually about. That's the soft reboot of the
Yeah.
Uncharted series.
It's just
Jesus Christ. Move on. We got
Mortal Kombat's Ed Boon to be inducted into the AIAS Hall of Fame. As part of the 25th annual DICE Awards, Boon will join Bethesda's Todd Howard, Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto, Valve's Gabe Newell, Xbox's Bonnie Ross, and other industry legends, and being inducted into the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame. The award is given to the game creators who have been instrumental in the development of highly influential games and moving a particular genre forward.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
awesome.
Mortal Kombat, man.
Man, and like to be a developer, you know what I mean? And to be like up there with people like Miyamoto and Gabe Newell and Bonnie Ross and Todd Howard, and to be recognized at that caliber, like that is like rock star like honor status within the game development world.
Did anybody else immediately notice that Ed Boon did not voice Scorpion in the reboot?
Yeah.
Like, I literally noticed right away. I was just like, that's not Scorpion.
Yeah.
It's not my Scorpion. But it's
um,
actually, honestly, it's kind of rad that he's like, that's like, he's definitely going down with some legends.
Is Kojima in the Hall of Fame?
I don't.
Because if he's
sure
not,
he
I'm
does.
kind of surprised. You know what I mean?
I'll find out
Yeah.
first, though. I'll find
Yeah,
out first.
we'll have to get that in fact check later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll throw
because
that in there if I can find it.
Kojima is a gem. But yeah,
Alrighty.
that's cool. That's cool. Congrats. What we got next?
Good for Ed Boon. Alrighty. Our last, oh, we got two more, because that other one always hides from me. We got Hyperscape, Ubisoft's Cyberpunk Battle Royale will be shut down. In a short blog post, Ubisoft announced it has made the difficult decision to end development of Hyperscape and shut the game down as of April 28th. The company says that its vision of creating a vertical, fast-paced shooter may not have gone as far as it could, but Ubisoft will be taking key learnings from this game into future projects. What the fuck is Hyperscape? I've literally never
Dude,
heard.
it was a train
it
wreck.
literally it had opening night. Everyone was talking about it, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun." They played it, and it was the most boring, lame fucking Fortnite copy on the face of this fucking planet. It was so.
I will say this,
never
like
heard of it.
the times I could get into a game, like, it was basically just solo, but I would get in, and like the movement was actually pretty cool. It was like super fast paced, like on that aspect and stuff like that. But then everything else just felt like
Titanfall-ish, right?
yeah, but then everything else felt really just half-assed, like the entire fucking time. And then like it was like I want to say May of 2021, people were hopping in, and the thing with the battle royale scene, like most battle royales, they boast like huge lobbies, right? You get into a lobby with maybe like 2 or 3 other people. It was that bad.
You know what this tells me? X Defiant isn't coming out.
Yeah, no.
That's not a battle royale though. That's a hero shooter, isn't it?
It's a hero shooter.
but it's a free to play Ubisoft shooter. And nobody talks about it at all.
We all said I remember, because we were all here when we watched the announcement for it, and all 4 of us were just like, nobody fucking asked for this game.
Yeah.
But I can't say. I mean, look, I've never even heard of Hyperscape, so, and the fact that Xander even had to start any good thing he had to say about the game with when I was able to get into a game, like, says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's
Nobody's
actually a
gonna
clip
miss it, I
running
bet.
around of me literally just raging at my computer when I'm trying to like match up with my buddies, and it just crashes every fucking time.
Yikes.
Dude, I would give that like 3 tries and then give up. Bye, Hyperscape.
Yeah. Garrick, why don't you let the people know about Ernell's favorite story of the day? at the end of Little Waves here.
Yes, our final, our last, but definitely not least, little wave for the day is one Jason Momoa has confirmed as Fast and Furious 10's villain. THR reports that Momoa is in final talks to join the next installment of Fast and Furious franchise. We don't know how much. We don't know much about the movie's plot, but apparently Momoa could play one of the movie's villains. It is possible his character could work alongside Charlize Theron's Cypher, who escaped at the end of last year's F9.
Squawk!
Good for Jason Momoa. He's just getting out there and doing things.
We still doing Fast and Furious movies?
Yeah.
Yes, we are, and I'm gonna go see them all. Don't judge me.
Hey.
We don't need it.
Don't you fucking do that. Don't you fucking do that.
We don't need any more Fast and Furious movies. We don't need any more Call of Duty.
Yeah, we don't need fucking 3D Doritos, but they came back. And they're fucking delicious. They're fucking delicious. Okay, I don't need
the
this
only
slander.
Thing we need right now.
We don't need this. I don't need your
hard Baja Blast.
You know what?
Because I want to be able to say I'm getting Baja Blast.
This is the perfect time for me to introduce my new sound for us.
Emotional damage.
I did it, boys. I did it. Let's go.
Oh, my Lord.
I love you. I love you so much.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, y'all, that wraps up our little waves. What do we got next, Devin?
Now we got the Helm.
Lead up, man. Thank you, Garrick. Thank you.
I even tried to give you a little something.
I mean, Garrick was leading it up, and then he asked, "What do we have next?"
Yeah, you gotta be like, "Well, Garrick," and then
we have three amazing news stories.
Emotional damage.
That's
not
just
gonna get
Ernell
abused
right
or
now.
anything.
That's just Ernell right now.
Oh my god.
So, for our first story of the day, Ubisoft exec says gamers don't get it when it comes to NFTs. And this is coming from Ryan Leston at IGN. And guess what, guys? I don't fucking get it either. Anyways, Ubisoft's new NFT service hasn't gone down well ever since it was revealed. But execs say that gamers don't get it. During an interview with Finder, Ubisoft Strategic Innovations Lab Vice President Nicholas Poward said that gamers simply don't understand the benefits of NFTs. Quote, "I think gamers don't get what the digital secondary market can bring to them," end quote, he said. For now, because of the current situation and context of NFTs, gamers really believe it's first destroying the planet. The second, just a tool for speculation, but we at Ubisoft are seeing first is the end game. The end game is about giving players the opportunity to resell their items once they're finished with them or they're finished playing the game itself, end quote. Back in December last year, Ubisoft announced Quartz, its first foray into NFTs. The new service offers limited edition cosmetic items in Ubisoft games that can then be resold via third-party marketplaces for cryptocurrency. But it's gone down like a lead balloon. After its integration into Ghost Recon Breakpoint raised eyebrows among gamers, after the service launched on December 9th, 3 limited edition NFT items were added to the game, including a wolf skin for the M4A1 tactical rifle, a helmet, and a pair of pants. These 3 items are free to claim, but there's a catch. The rifle requires you to reach level 5 in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, while the pants require 100 hours played in the game. The helmet requires a massive 600 hours in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, all for a helmet with a number on it. But while sales of the Ubisoft NFTs haven't exactly been great, Poward insists that gamers just don't understand. Quote, "It was a reaction we were expecting." He said in the backlash to Quartz, "We know it's not an easy concept to grasp, but Quartz is really just a first step that should lead to something bigger, something that will be more easily understood by our players." Despite the major backlash, it looks as though Ubisoft is keen to continue its NFT journey, even if nobody gets it. Quote, that's the way we think about it and why we will keep experimenting, he added. We will keep releasing features and services around the first initiative, and our belief is that piece by piece, the puzzle will be revealed and understood by our players. We hope they will better understand the value we offer them, end quote. Despite downplaying NFT's environmental impact, Powered previously stated that Ubisoft could reconsider its position if energy consumption issues aren't solved.
Stonks.
We know exactly.
NFTs, yep.
We do get it. Nobody wants your stupid bullshit rare pepes monetized via fake currency so that weirdos who have no lives can feel elite and sell fake shit to other weirdos who want to feel elite online. Nobody wants it. We don't want it. Fuck NFTs.
It's true.
This is another time.
Yeah, you're right.
This is another time I'm going to look at you, Ubisoft, especially after your scandal. Fuck you. I don't want NFTs in my games.
Yeah, it's dumb.
He's right.
We do get
He's
it.
Right.
We do get it.
It's there. To be clear, people at home. It's. Oh my God, Raven!
Raven.
Oh my God. Welcome. Can I get a fuck NFTs in the chat, please?
Yes, welcome in everybody. We're not fucking with NFTs in here. That's
No, we're definitely not. We
If
don't
you're-
fuck with
good
NFTs.
time. Thank you so much.
If you're joining
Raven.
us
Oh
for the
my
first
Lord.
time, we are the Good Kraken Show. We are a podcast. We are going over some news articles from this week. So, yes, fuck NFTs. Welcome,
Fuck
Denmark.
NFTs, that's what I'm
Welcome, Vibin with the Vide. Welcome, y'all. So,
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be clear, it is big fuck NFTs in this family. It is like Garrick said, there's nothing else to get. There's nothing else to get. All we need to know is that NFTs are not good for our fucking planet. And these fucking weirdos are out here just with gorilla pictures
consuming
and shit.
ridiculous amounts of energy farming cryptocurrency so you can buy JPEGs, special JPEGs, killing the planet, trying to consume like just billions and billions of wattage for a JPEG. Like crypto miners, like literally just. I hate all of you. Like you're literally way to ruin everything.
yeah. We could have had a good thing, right? We could have had nice things. Welcome, Logan Thrives. Special JPEGs that look like a shit big crew.
I'm like you're saying that, and I'm immediately like backtracking to Rush Hour 2. We could have had something special.
Love you,
we
Raven.
Have something
have
beautiful.
a good one. Good
but
luck.
you one crazy ass
Look.
bitch.
I'm gonna paraphrase Hank Hill here and just be like, do I look like I know what an NFT is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Whoa!
My friend the other day sent me a picture of his father-in-law's crypto mining setup, and it was 10 fucking 3080s, and I replied to the message, and I was like, hey, tell your father-in-law for me that he's an asshole.
Oh my
Thanks.
God.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
Congratulations. You're using a quarter of your city's power grid fueling your nonsense.
I found out that the owner of the company I work for has been mining crypto at home too the other day.
Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you tell him that he's an asshole for me?
Yeah. Just pass that
And
right
the thing
along.
is I want to be like, why? You're already rich.
That's the thing. That's the thing. In order to get into this, you have to be rich first. So it's the rich getting richer.
You literally have like an
It's true.
8-bedroom
Well, yeah,
house. What the
'cause
fuck?
greedy people, you don't get rich without being greedy as fuck.
Oh, and the beautiful thing too is it's easier to get rich as you get rich. it's wild. It's a wild equation. It's just it's other rich people like to help other rich people get rich too. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It's like, can you help me get rich? What's up? You know?
I know, right? Like, I'm kind of
Daddy?
rich. I'm rich.
Question
in the spirit, you know what I'm
Mommy,
saying?
who's out there? Okay.
Listen, I know we'll never be rich.
Emotional damage.
Anyways,
Well, Xander, why don't
Yes.
you let them know what we got next up?
All right, so we got changes to Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Live being rolled out globally. This is coming from Haroon Cryer at Games Radar. As revealed earlier today on January 27th via Eurogamer, Microsoft has agreed to change practices surrounding Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold with the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. Microsoft is actively changing how it communicates certain aspects of both subscription services in the UK. Firstly, Microsoft will provide more transparent information to customers on both subscription services. For example, they'll tell customers how to turn off auto renewal and tell them when a service will auto renew. That's we need that. As well as how to claim back refunds if a service automatically renewed when they didn't want it to. Oh my God, thank God. I hate that.
I have some funny stories about this for you guys.
Yeah, I'm actually dealing with a couple of those. Speaking of, refunds will be easier to obtain under the new changes, as Microsoft will actively contact customers on recurring 12-month subscription contracts and give them the offer of a refund. Additionally, Microsoft will also contact customers with active subscriptions, but who haven't used said services for a long time, just in case they're unaware of the fact that they're actually paying. Wow. What a distinguished gentleman. Finally, Microsoft will be more communicative about price increases. The company will give customers more notice about price increases going forward and will let them know how to turn off auto renewal if they want to back out of paying the increased amount. Right now, there's no clear date for these changes being implemented by Microsoft for its UK customers. These changes are thanks to pressure from the UK-based Competition and Markets Authority, though. So it's also not clear whether the changes will be implemented for other regions outside of the UK at some point further down the line. Please implement that here. Update. Microsoft's recent changes to Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Live in the UK will be rolled out to the rest of the world. Oh, that answers that. In a statement to The Verge via Eurogamer, Microsoft said that changes to inactive subscriptions will initially roll out in the UK and will be available globally soon. Details of the changes, which will see Microsoft offer more transparent information regarding auto renewal, refunds, and inactive subscriptions, are outlined below in that article.
Wow. Things that companies should just have been doing already.
Yeah.
And can I tell you guys something? So, back
here we go. Here we fucking go.
When little old Devin was 19, 10 years ago, I got a job working on an Xbox Live contract. The very first few months of this job, my job was Xbox Live retention. So, people would call in to cancel their Xbox Live subscription or get refunds, and my job was going to be like, nah, you don't want to do that. You want to play games with your friends. So that's what Microsoft used to be like, just so everybody knows. And it's been a decade to get this established. Look, there's a lot of things Microsoft does that I do like, but they are still a fucking corporate company.
Yeah.
They're still going to do whatever they can to make as much money as possible. And the fact that it's taken damn near 15 years to get this implemented into their service is still fucking laughable to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's you're right. Like every subscription service should be looking at something like this, you know. But it's like it's wild to think about, because I feel like so many businesses, they don't talk about it, but this is a part of their overhead. Like not this, but like the aspect of like rolled over subscriptions that are not being used. Like people forget that they have a subscription. There's businesses
Oh
that
yeah,
have entire business models that are that.
every box gym you've ever been a member of, that's their whole business model, is hoping you forget you have a membership and just letting it keep going.
And when you try to cancel, you eventually just have to claim fraud with your bank. So then that way you can get a refund and they'll cancel the membership.
Yeah, because they'll pull some shit like, oh, well, you didn't
You
realize
give your
it
30
renewed?
days notice and
So
all that dumb stuff.
I used to have LA Fitness, and this is why I will never have LA Fitness again.
Yeah.
For 4 months, I called and also went there and tried to cancel my membership. And every single time they said I have to talk to a manager to cancel it. And the manager would never be available ever.
Of course. Yeah.
Convenient, right?
So I went to my bank, sat down with a banker, and I was like, hey, I want to claim fraud on them. And then
oh wow.
and then she immediately goes, this is so common, we'll get you taken care of and we'll get your money back.
What a bank.
Yeah. With LA Fitness specifically, the fact that they're still in business with that being a known thing, even from like federally recognized like banks, is astonishing to me.
So whack. That's just so whack, dude.
But the irony of banks doing the exact same thing.
I know, right?
Yeah, dude. I just hate that this is news. Like, honestly, like that's like the part. Like, I understand the necessity of it because we're transitioning into an era where hopefully we get a lot more transparency and communication like this from companies. But boy, it sucks that this is like still like considered progressive enough that it made like headlines.
Yeah. And I will say this, in recent years, Microsoft definitely has been more consumer friendly than other companies out there, just all around with gaming. Again, like I said, I used to work for them for this stuff, and it's hilarious to me that it's still taken this long. And I worked for them like I quit there like 9 years ago, guys. Like this was a problem back then.
Yeah.
The thing that this article brings to my attention, though, is like we have this piece, detailing Microsoft's willingness and wanting to be transparent, and you can't help but think about all of the other like gaming industry companies or in tech industry companies that just still aren't doing that.
Netflix,
like they
Amazon.
just like are that drop their like that'll just like randomly do price hikes, or like Amazon's a prime. Go to your Amazon like right now, and if you're a Prime subscriber, I dare you like to find the way to cancel your subscription in less than 30 seconds.
It's almost impossible.
It is.
You have to go through like
really
6 pages of support.
Yeah, and then they ask you 3 times if you really want to cancel.
I hate that shit.
DJ, did someone say Prime? It's I mean, it's the same thing with like a lot of streaming services too. Like, with like Netflix or Hulu, it's like they won't even let you manage your subscription through apps. They make it so you have to use a web browser.
Most of that's because of Apple, though. That's mostly Apple, though. Yeah, because they gateway like whether or not you have some kind of like direct payment thing, because then they want to cut like because Apple does like 30% of every like transaction that's done through an app unless it is outsourced or like browser based.
But like it's the same thing if you're on like if you're on your Xbox or PlayStation, like you can create an account, you can enter your card info and set up a subscription on your console, but you can't manage your subscription on your console. So they'll let you spend money on it, but you still have to use a computer. Because here's the reality of it is, as much as like internet is integrated into our lives nowadays, like you need it for 99% of everything now. Yeah. Not everybody has computers. People just use their phones, right?
Yeah.
So, and sometimes it's almost even impossible to manage these subscriptions on your phone browsers again.
Yeah, because then they'll have like websites that they're not even tailored to mobile at all.
Yeah. And they bug out when you're trying to like fill out to everything. So it's
Yeah.
very like subscription services in their like own right are very like predatory in the first place, like to
Yeah.
get people's money. So it's just the sad reality of it. And here's the thing, we use all of that stuff so we can, you know, enjoy things and stay up to date on content and stuff, but yet it's also like, you know, a format that takes advantage of people.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
Yeah, because
that's what
people
businesses
want this
do.
and they're gonna have to pay up. And we're
Mhm.
just like, fuck. Okay.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can be a little bit nicer about it, but okay.
Yeah. But speaking of things being set up for you to buy stuff and spend your money, before we move on to our last story, I want to remind everyone that they can support us over at patreon.com/Good Kraken Show, where they can get early access to this episode before it goes public. They can write into the show and they can get this episode ad free. But if you're hearing this, you ain't on Patreon. So for now, here's a word from our sponsors. This piece of Good Kraken content is brought to you by Glide mousepads. PC gaming and office work is more popular than ever before, making your workflow and efficiency an absolute necessity. You need your peripherals and accessories to be running silky smooth in order for you to keep kicking ass and taking names, and Glide is the perfect piece to that puzzle for your arsenal that you've been trying to solve. Glide Mousepads is the future industry leader in mousepads, offering beautiful, smooth, waterproof products made with eco-friendly materials and a non-slip rubber in a variety of sizes that are guaranteed to help you get that next win. Are you looking for smoother pinpoint accuracy? Are you feeling resistance while gliding your mouse across your battle rug? You've probably watched our GK content before, and you probably know I do a lot of PC and FPS gaming. And let me tell you, this mousepad is perfect for you. You can go to glidemousepads.com right now and use the code KRAKEN for 15% off the Founders Edition mousepad in every size available. Again, that's code KRAKEN, KRAKEN, for 15% off any Founders Edition mousepad today. Our next sponsor is Rogue Energy. If you're anything like us here at GK, you were probably up late last night. You got up out of bed this morning and you were still tired. You don't know how long you were gaming for. It's a catastrophe. But what you do know is that your everyday cup of coffee just isn't hitting the way it used to. And now we've got a better way for waking you up before and during your next gaming session. Rogue Energy is a low-calorie, no-sugar energy formula that is a perfect alternative to sugar-filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Every formula Rogue Energy produces is designed with optimal levels of high-quality ingredients and no chalky textures. Being the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, Rogue Energy strives to improve the in-game performance of gamers, streamers, and content creators everywhere. You can head on over to rogueenergy.com, use the code GKRAKEN for 10% off of your purchase of any shaker or formula tub of your choosing. That's right, the code is GKRAKEN for 10% off any shaker or formula tub that you'd like. Now, back to our regular Good Kraken programming. Welcome back. Hope you guys like those ad reads. We're really excited about those partnerships. Definitely use those codes if you're interested in any of that. Please do it. And I love my Rogue Energy.
Ooh, what are you sipping on? What are you sipping on right now? What you got in that glass?
It's the last one. It's the last one. And it's the pink lemonade.
Ooh, how do you like it?
It's good. It's good. I put ice in it too.
Nice. I put ice in mine too. I made cherry limeade today.
Yeah. the ice in the Rogue Energy, guys, it's platinum. All right. It's platinum.
It's platinum, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
So
I also do want to say, guys, I now physically have my Founders Edition Glide mousepad, and this is the small one. I do want to say
such a big mousepad. I can't.
This is the small one, and it's actually fucking dope. I was using a Steel Series one beforehand, also good, but the way it glides, You know, it just feels great. It feels great. I'm excited to really break it in here over the next couple weeks. But yeah, why don't you let them know what we got going on next year, Garrick?
Yes, our last big news story before we head into our headlining segment for today is Tom Holland finally addresses if he's really finished playing the MCU Spider-Man, and this is coming from Kevin Fallon at Screen Rant. Spider-Man No Way Home star Tom Holland says in a recent interview that he's still not sure whether or not he'll return to the role of Peter Parker in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Holland first appeared as the wall crawler in 2016's Captain America: Civil War. His introduction into the MCU canon had been a long time coming. For years, Sony Pictures, which controls many of the film rights to Spider-Man, had been negotiating with Marvel Studios, trying to figure out a mutually beneficial way to fold the character into the larger Marvel universe. The two parties eventually came to a deal, and Holland's Spider-Man has been an MCU staple ever since. Having appeared in 6 of the franchise's latest entries, No Way Home being the latest, but whether the most recent installment will be Holland's final appearance as the web slinger is a mystery even to him. In a group interview moderated by Dateline's Pete Hammond, Holland appeared alongside his fellow Spider-Man Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to discuss No Way Home and the superhero's cinematic legacy. When asked if No Way Home would be the end of Holland's time as Spider-Man, the actor said that he's honestly not sure. He said that he's satisfied with what he's accomplished with the character and that teaming up with the 2 past generations of Spider-Man could be a perfect send-off for his iteration of Peter Parker. Still, he's not ready to say goodbye to the character. The film for me was as special as an experience could ever be. Sharing the screen with these guys, playing Spider-Man could be quite an alienating experience because, we're, the only 3 blokes who've ever done it. So to share that with you two, it's been such a wonderful experience of which I have such amazing memories. I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like it's the perfect time to jump off the building and swing off into the sunset and let the next lucky kid come in to don the suit. I know I love this character and I know that I'm not ready to say goodbye, but if it is time for me to say goodbye, I will do so proudly, knowing that I have achieved everything I wanted to achieve with this character. And sharing it with these boys will forever be for one of the most special experiences in my career. So if it's time, it's time. If it's not, it's not. But at the moment, I don't know.
Tom, no, don't do this to us.
He's
Don't
like,
do this to us.
when I heard this quote, it kind of reminded me of if you guys are familiar with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, like the owner of the Cloak of Invisibility, where like towards the end, like he greeted death as an old friend, that kind of deal. Like he's satisfied. He's done what he's set out to do as Spider-Man, and if it's done, it's done. He's accepting of it. He's not done. He's not.
Yeah,
done.
yeah. So I watch a lot of YouTube content creators who like have a lot of insider information regarding around like Marvel and Star Wars and stuff like that. And I know Xander's familiar with a couple of these guys, like New Rock Stars, Everything Always, and stuff like that. And I'd say like 90% of the stuff that they put out there usually comes to light. I'd say it's pretty close to that. There are rumored talks of him signing a new contract with 6 to 9 movies, and they're talking about at least one more Spider-Man trilogy, maybe even 2. And one of those involving Miles Morales when Tom Holland is a little bit older, but also 3 movie appearances for Avengers movies like Secret Wars and Avengers 5 and that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty interested to see what comes out about it. I don't think this is the end of Tom Holland personally, because they just set up a whole new storyline and a whole new way that they can dive into this, and they introduce new characters in this movie. And there's also rumors circulating whether we're going to see another live action Spider-Verse event, which could be very possible, especially with Sony pulling really hard into all this Spider-Man IPs and stuff coming up with Kraven and Morbius. We know they're doing more Venom. There's talks of Andrew Garfield continuing. There's talks of even another Tobey Maguire movie now. So it's that Spider-Man is so huge, and Tom Holland has a lot of time left in that character, I believe.
Yeah, I honestly kind of feel the same way. I feel like this is partly like a marketing strategy for Marvel. Like we literally just got,
Calculated.
you know, are exactly calculated. Like the most like phenomenal Spider-Man movie of all time. And I would not be surprised if the character just kind of goes quiet for a little while and we shift into other things. But while just because we're not going to be getting necessarily tons of Spider-Man news post No Way Home, there's no way they're not negotiating amazing things for us behind the scenes.
So for Tom Holland
Amazing.
specifically, yeah. For Tom Holland specifically, I think his next appearance, and this is just my speculation, just based off of like how comic books and video games have gone, in the past with Marvel. I think next time we see him is going to be in the Fantastic Four movie that they're working on right now. That's when I think we'll see him again.
It's
Yeah,
hard,
I
it's
mean
hard to
that,
say, right?
and or possibly the Secret Wars. All the Secret Wars stuff.
That'll be post.
Had a lot of.
That'll be post
Spider-Man
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I thought there was I thought there was like a Disney Plus Secret Wars series.
It's
I know
Secret
it got
Invasion.
delayed.
Secret Invasion is the
Yeah,
Disney
but
Plus
isn't
series.
that the lead up to Secret Wars? Isn't that like, I mean, I'm assuming there's a tie in there.
Part of it, kind of.
Or do we not
so
know
so
100%
so
yet?
Secret Wars is supposed to involve like Doctor Doom as like the main villain. Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's
Because honestly,
supposedly,
if they don't, I don't trust them to not fuck Doctor Doom up at this point, to be honest, because they've ruined
Excuse
his
me.
character 2 times.
Excuse
in a row.
me. This
This
is
is
Marvel
Mar- yeah,
Studios.
no,
This is
hold
Kevin
on.
Feige. This isn't fucking
No,
Fox.
look.
This isn't the atrocious Fox.
Okay, yeah, but look, I have some people in my household that are very big fan of these particular characters, and Doctor Doom has been ruined for him twice now, and they did your boy Vision pretty dirty in the MCU.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
So-
you're right.
so-
you're right.
well,
But then they made up
so
for it, though.
Yeah.
They're in the process of making up for it. Don't give them full credit yet, but like I don't know.
You're right.
Doctor Doom is he's like such a beloved villain, and like like I know ultimately they're gonna nail it down, but until I see it, it's there, that doubt's gonna be there.
I don't think Doctor Doom is even going to be the main villain in the Fantastic Four movie. I think it's going to be a variant of Kang, because there's the the Pharaoh version of Kang, which is actually the first Fantastic Four, like one of the first Fantastic Four comics. I think that's what we're going to see this time around. And I think Victor Von Doom will be in the movie, but he won't really become a villain until after this movie, personally. Now, back to Spider-Man, though, there's speculations of them starting, the Daredevil Disney Plus like reboot series. Do you think we could see Spider-Man in that after them introducing Charlie Cox's Daredevil in the most recent movie?
I think they would, honestly.
Yeah, the cameo potential's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if anything, there might be some, like, maybe I don't want there to be like so much Spider-Man and Daredevil or anything like that. I
Mhm.
want it to feel very much Daredevil's own series. But I
Same.
wouldn't mind like a couple of moments, like, hell, it'd be really cool just to see like a blink and you'll miss it scene where like Daredevil's out at night or whatever, and then all of a sudden in the background you see like the silhouette of Spider-Man just swinging
He
past.
just
or
swings
something like
by,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
I would love that. That would be a very good Easter egg, especially because
Mhm.
now that they've canonized that.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing too, like everybody forgot who Peter Parker was, but Peter Parker still remembers who everybody else is.
Yeah.
Something could end up
Mhm.
happening where he's just like, fuck, I need a lawyer. You know what I mean? And he might think about it, and then he'll look for that guy, for Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock or something like that. It could be like one of those like one crossover episodes. Like maybe he's in an episode or two. Like he ends up coming to him because he needs a lawyer, and then something else ends up happening, and then he helps Daredevil for like an episode or something.
Well,
You know what I mean?
think moving forward, they're probably gonna really push the idea that Spider-Man and Peter Parker are very much two completely different identities.
No.
Kind of like in the original comic books, where like the fact that he keeps his identity a secret was such an integral part to the character. And I think they're trying to, you know, take a step back because it kind of took the Iron Man approach with Spider-Man, where he
Yeah.
just kind of like everyone fucking knows, really. Like they touched
Yeah.
on it, where it's like, oh wait, you were
Like-
Spider-Man? Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
But like now they're like I think they really want to make that a very important part of the character, because like in the comic books, that's one of the biggest things that jumped out at me, because it added another level of stress to everything that he did.
Yeah. Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
and like, especially it's like in the comics, like Spider-Man hiding his identity was such a big and important thing that it was a pinnacle moment for the original Marvel Civil War, was him telling everybody who he was. And that was like one of the big defining changing moments in that comic series. So I'm excited to see what ends up happening. Again, we can only speculate about it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's all we can do. There is no concrete evidence of anything. We just know there are still a lot of Spider-Man things happening, and there are now 3 Spider-Mans that are all relevant at the same time. So we'll see what happens.
What
we
a time to
definitely
be
haven't
alive.
seen the last of Spider-Man, regardless of
At
who
all.
wears the suit.
Yeah,
Period.
at all. We're gonna get a lot of Spider-Man over the next 10 years, guys. That's
Yeah.
all I see happening.
They would
honestly.
not have given us that bombshell of No Way Home if
if they
planned on
didn't have
cutting
any
off
plans.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Leave it hanging in the
Andrew
air.
Garfield and Morbius, like it's gonna happen probably. They, I think Jared Leto even came out and said he was in the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Jared
again,
Leto says a lot of things.
he
though.
says a
Yeah,
lot
I
of-
mean,
he says a lot of-
Jared
Leto
Leto's
be
a
Jared
shitbag.
Letoing.
He is a shitbag. Let's be real. But yeah, but speaking of shitbags, I'm pretty sure we all have some things to share with people.
Your segues today.
A++.
There. Hands on deck. So y'all, this is when we each pick one game or movie or TV show that we indulged in this last week, and we tell you guys about it. So Reed, fuck Jared Leto. I'll start us off real quick. Me personally, I dove into Last of Us and I can't stop playing. You guys might have seen it on Wednesday, but I'm hooked, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I just want to play it all the time now. I can't stop thinking about it. Thank you, Ernell. But
You're
yeah,
welcome. You're welcome.
Last of Us Part 2, it's great, and I've been watching the Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba. Mando.
No, don't do that.
And all I want to say,
Don't do
all
that.
I want to say, it starts off kind of slow, slow pace. It provides some good backstory, and at first I was kind of meh about the show. Well, it wasn't bad, but I was just kind of like, yeah, Star Wars, this is cool. After the last episode, I am extremely excited to see what's about to happen, and the show is fantastic. And if you have not watched it yet, Ernell, I don't know how.
I'm on episode 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Stick with it.
Which one is that one?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
we gotta wait.
What I will say, I finished episode 2 last night, and so I need to. I'm gonna be watching episode 3 today.
Okay. The reason I was like trying to figure out where you're at, because like this is not at all spoilery, but there is a guest appearance by Thundercat of all fucking people.
Thunder what? Okay.
Yeah, Thundercat,
well, anyways,
artist.
I'll keep my.
I keep my. I saw that in
The-
passing.
the
I was
la-
like, wait, what the fuck?
The last thing I saw was the fire pit dance.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
the
only thing I even want to add of this all, because we will be doing a review for this show in a few Saturdays. The only thing I wanted to add, can we talk about how wonderful it is to have a Maori man out here just representing as Boba Fett and just living and breathing Maori while wielding that staff. Like, dog, King,
Oh, yeah, dude.
King out here just representing us in the best way possible. I love him. I love him so much.
Tamura is fucking great, and the show, like I said, it starts off kind of slow, but I'd say like right where you're at, Ernell, is when it really just starts accelerating and moving forward very, very well. I've noticed this pattern a lot with like Disney Plus series, which we'll talk about a little later. But most of the shows kind of have like a slower intro for the first like 2 to 3 episodes, and then that climax starts to hit, and everything just fucking the train departs and it's full speed ahead at that point. I really appreciate the show, and I'm excited to see where it's going. So I really, really recommend everybody watch it.
Hydrate.
Reed did hydrate, motherfuckers.
I have like a little.
That little bit goes a long way in some places.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I have to hydrate too. Okay,
especially if you're trapped on the deserts of Tatooine.
Ernell, you're sick. You have to double hydrate.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it.
Place those electrolytes.
Yeah, it's what plants crave.
Stop.
Not what plants need.
That's not what they crave.
I know. Xander, what have you been playing and or watching?
So I'm gonna go with something I've been watching recently. Well, it's something I actually just recently finished. So because my wife was watching Queer Eye and stuff like that, and I was getting my feely heelies with all that, and she finished it, and I was like, I need something else that will like give me that same kind of feeling. And so I started watching Breaking Bobby Bones on Disney Plus. And it's got that similar feel. So basically, the whole idea is that Bobby Bones, he's the radio show host. He goes out and he tries out these different, very overlooked jobs, but they're very difficult. Like anything from like underwater maintenance. Like there was like a windmill technician, like welding, all this other stuff. And he goes out and he gets like a crash course on how to do this job and why it's so dangerous and difficult. But it's not just that. Like these people that he finds, they are very involved in their communities in some way, shape, or form. Like trying to start up support groups for women in the trucking industry and stuff like that, or like donating and their time and effort to local homeless shelters, stuff like that. Something that's very passionate to them in a form of charity. And so he does his crash course on how to do the job. And they give him like the pinnacle assignment that he has to do and see if what he had learned he can take it and complete it. And then at the end of the episode, he gives back to them like stuff like donating $15,000 to whatever charity that they run or the organization that they run, helping them out, because these are people that are they're working their asses off every single day. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, it's the same vibe as Queer Eye, where like at the end of the episode or even throughout the episode when I'm hearing their backstory and stuff like that, I'm bawling my eyes out. And it was just it's such a great show to watch and like really see how there's people all over the world just working their ass off, struggling, but they would never do anything fucking different because this is what matters to them. And I would urge you guys to give it a look, see if it's something you're into, because it's very heartwarming to see Bobby give back to these people.
That girl crying got me wanting to cry a little bit. I'm kind of sold, dog. I'm kind of sold.
I think she was the one of the underwater maintenance technicians.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. I
definitely seems like a really, really wholesome show. As you were describing it to me, it sounds like a more wholesome version of like Dirty Jobs, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Which, I mean, kind of fuck Mike Rowe, but so this sounds better.
Yeah.
God damn.
This is really good.
Spat my coffee out.
Oh man, we've been on the big fuck yous today, haven't we?
There are
Yeah.
some people that just need to hear it. And I
It's
know
true.
you're listening to this at home right now, Micro. Like you can just eat my whole ass.
Yeah.
He's watching he's watching this next to his buddy Evil Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a finger.
yo,
That's a finger.
How much you want to bet Evil Ben Stiller is going to be an NFT?
Stop.
don't
Stop.
breathe that into
That's,
existence.
No.
that's only if we
You
do
just
it.
gave somebody
Like,
out there the
don't do that.
idea.
Please don't right click.
Please don't right click.
Oh, don't
It's an
do
honor
that.
please
system.
don't. Please don't. Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
Yo, fuck NFTs. Garrick, what about you? What about you? What do you got going on?
Well, one Pokemon Legends Arceus recently came out,
Ooh.
and I got my hot little hands on that thing day one, and I am 10 hours into it already.
Damn.
Dude,
I'm just like,
It
I
is
want to pick it up.
so good.
I want to pick it up, but I like there are so many games that I'm playing now and that are coming out this
Yes.
fucking month. Like
It's going to be a pretty
Oh.
loaded month. Look, the nice thing about this game is the multiplayer is pretty much non-existent. Really, all you can do is trade in it. So I've definitely one of those ones that you can wait till like a little later on this year to where like there's not so many other tight games dropping and you can still get a rad experience out of it. Like if there's just other cool games coming out, it's okay. Like you can purchase Pokemon Legends Arceus later and it'll still be great later in the year. But wow, like you guys ever like when Pokemon first came out, of course, like I'm sure we were all kids and we all like I'm absolutely positive we all like went outside and pretended to play Pokemon and shit, right? Like that happened.
Outside, what's that?
Exactly. Well, this game almost kind of captures like what like you wanted Pokemon to be in a video game, like when you pictured it as a child. The game itself, like it's a Switch game, y'all. It's not going to be the most graphically like impressive thing in the world, but it runs far more smoothly than some of the more recent Pokemon titles. You do have some pop-in textures, anti-aliasings like meh, and there's some sharp, jagged edges on the game as a whole. But oh my lord, being able to just walk into this big, huge open map and literally just be like walking around, and then like you're like sneaking up on a Bidoof, throwing Pokeballs at it, and out of the corner of your eye, you're like, oh my god, is that an Eevee? And it's the only Eevee among these Bidoofs. And like you're like sneaking over to this Eevee, trying to like make it so it doesn't run away from you. And Bidoof, yeah. And dude, it's just a surreal experience to be able to aim and throw a Pokeball in real time and catch a Pokeball. Catch Pokemon with it. Dude, even if a Pokemon gets startled and starts attacking with you, you don't necessarily even have to like bring your Pokemon out to battle it. You can like bonk it in the head with a mud ball to stun it and then try another Pokeball. And you're like, it will straight up try to attack you. Like the Pokemon will like try to use its abilities on you as a trainer and you're dodging it in real time.
Interesting.
And yeah, and so like, and then you can also, you know, take out your Pokemon and then battle using the traditional battle system, but it's got some like real-time mechanics, and you can actually move your trainer around while you're battling. It's really immersive. And it's a great Pokemon game.
I'm gonna pick it up. I am. I'm just probably gonna wait just a little bit, you know.
Look, you're not going to be able to catch Arceus until you complete the entire Pokedex. And this is going to be one of those games that you're going to want to pick up and just play it every now and then, because different Pokemon spawn during the day, different Pokemon spawn at night, different weather events spawn different Pokemon. They've got like these in-game events called like space-time distortions that spawn special Pokemon. There's alpha Pokemon, which are like they're like these open world on map bosses that you can fight, and when you capture them, they're physically larger than your other Pokemon. Like you can throw your Pokemon out of the Pokeball and you can see which one is the alpha based off of the size. And
Is that showing some of that, or like right now in this trailer?
The
so
red-eyed Pokemon.
the red eyes are the alphas, and they're bigger. And so, like, look at that. He literally just used Thunder Shock in real time. That's crazy.
I'm gonna need that Luxray though.
Yeah, I am gonna play this game. I'm probably gonna get a physical so I can because I know Sierra will want to play it as well. But yeah, when we were kids, this looks like the game that we always wanted. You know?
Yeah, it really is. It is a huge step away from Pokemon form. And because it is a huge change in form, it is not perfected. Like they're totally trying something new. Some things stick really well. Other things you can tell, all right, maybe in the next Pokemon Legends game, they're gonna brush this up. But I gotta tell you, I've played every Pokemon core game that has ever been launched. And you can only play the formula personally for me is getting a little old. If they do more Pokemon Legends titles with different ones, this will be my new Pokemon mainline. I will play I will play these versions of the Pokemon games forever because being able to go out into the unique environments that spawn Pokemon based off of their biomes and where they choose to live and the time of the day. And like some of them will run away from you, some of them will attack you, some of them will just want to eat a berry out of your hand. And that is what I always wanted a Pokemon game to be, and it is so rad.
It's like we almost need a new Switch iteration so they can actually like fulfill this vision of like Pokemon games moving forward.
It's got a lot of room for growth, and I'm really here for it. I hope that this launch is as successful as Nintendo and Game Freak want it to be, because I would love to see more Pokemon Legends titles.
DJ goes, this is like Breath of the Wild, but with Pokemon. So you mean empty and just with gameplay every 10 minutes? Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game. Don't listen to me.
It is a fantastic game. And like, if you have never played, if like you love Pokemon games and you've never really had the opportunity to get your hand on like a different like ARPGs, like you just play like the turn-based ones, this is going to be a little tougher because there's definitely times where like you're 3-on-1 battling wild Pokemon and they are just whooping your ass.
You know what would be really fun in this is the multiplayer aspect of like two people being able to run around together and do this in the same world. That's when this will be like game breaking, like awesome, at least in my perspective.
Big agree. Look, they have a good foundation for this if they incorporate more of Monster Hunters. So the skeleton of this game is Monster Hunter at its core, with everything Pokemon like facelifted on top of it. It's got a very like, you've got a hub city, you go out and do these maps, you research Pokemon, catch Pokemon, go back to the hub city, build the hub city, rinse and repeat as you build your Pokedex, right?
That would be so fun. It would be really fun.
It's fantastic. And if they take the skeleton and improve on it using a similar or a more improved version of Monster Hunters multiplayer, where it's like a drop in, drop out, you can do 2, 3, maybe even 4 people depending on the kind of Pokemon you're going after. Like I could see like legendary Pokemon being a 4-man battle.
Yeah, or like doing dungeons to go get an Articuno. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Yeah, it's really cool to see where we can move forward with that. Like I said, I'm gonna get that game. I just might have to wait a little bit, especially with Dying Light 2 coming out next week. It's
yes, big agree there. You had to make a choice, and I don't think you're making the wrong one. But don't sleep on it for too long. You'll be really bummed if you do.
Well, you gotta remember too. It's like my family and partner and immediate friends. My birthday's coming up, so I'm kind of banking that I might end up getting it. You know what I mean?
Just drop the hints now. Drop the hints now.
No. Don't worry. Like, I've already given out the Amazon list to people who have asked.
It's weird. It's just like 50 listings games of Pokemon Legends.
That's crazy.
Well, no,
that's crazy.
There's quite a bit on there. Not just that, I need some new work tools and stuff, and some IRL.
But also, Devin out of the kindness
trigger.
of his heart is getting me Dying Light 2 next week because he's a sweet baby boy.
I'm so excited to dive into that.
I'm so excited.
You have
thank you so much, Garrick, for making me fall in love with this franchise. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And that's kind of another reason why I'm not getting Pokemon right away, because I want my boy to play with us.
Post stream,
I
I
love
have
you.
some Dying Light 2 stuff we got to talk.
Perfect.
For next week.
Let's go.
Well,
Let's go.
in for us to get to post stream, y'all, are you guys ready for our next segment?
Yeah, let's go.
The Gallows! All right. So today, for our headlining topic, we are talking about which streaming service is kicking more ass. This is going to be another open forum discussion, y'all. So don't forget to ask lots of questions. Chat, be a part of the convo. Let's see if we can figure this out.
Yeah,
guys, I'll start this one off. And me personally, just due on IP and properties alone, I'm gonna have to say Disney Plus is kicking ass right now. We've had, Emmy-winning shows this last year, with WandaVision. These shows have made me emotional. The movie content that is coming out, straight to Disney Plus now, especially with the acquisition of Fox and all that as well. Like, the other night, when you have that moment, you're like, man, I'm really tired, but I just want to put something on in the background that's like enjoyable, but I don't have to care about it because I'm gonna fall asleep. There's over 30 seasons of the fucking Simpsons on Disney Plus, and there's new episodes coming out to it. And personal opinion, I think close second would be HBO Max because of their deal with Warner Brothers and having day one movies. It's really kind of pushing the streaming industry forward with that being an idea. We've seen Disney Plus do it with a couple titles as well, kind of following lead in that aspect. But what about you guys? What are some more points and feelings you guys have regarding these guys?
I'm gonna have to agree with that. Like Disney Plus and HBO Max have definitely been my top two. Like, yeah, if I'm not watching Shang-Chi for the millionth time, I'm like just perusing through Disney Plus, finding more content, because honestly, if it's not The Witcher or Stranger Things, I don't really care for Netflix. Netflix has kind of just been meh for me recently. And then the only other thing that I've been watching lately was like Euphoria, which is on HBO Max. And there's so many other things on HBO Max that like I haven't even really had the time to like really dive deep into the streaming service, but I just from like the splash pages alone, there's much more to enjoy, in my opinion, from those two streaming services than any other one.
Yeah, and like I see Kim throwing out Apple Plus here too. Apple Plus actually does have some pretty good content. I'd say they're but here's the thing. I think Apple Plus is trying to copy the HBO format, especially with the kind of content that they've been rolling out. DJ just highlighted a message in chat. Disney Plus has always felt like they hit the ground running with the acquisitions and the amount of enjoyable content with not just new IPs, but old shows that you haven't seen since you were younger. Netflix has been clamoring to try and keep our attention just because they were the only ones out there for a while. I'd agree with that. Netflix really, they were the first, right? They were the first. Blockbuster tried to compete with them and it didn't work. And then we started getting things like Hulu, and originally it was HBO Go. And then we saw some like free services like Crackle and stuff like that come out of the woodwork, right? Which
God,
were
Crackle,
awful.
that's a deep cut.
They were awful.
Wait, did you say Disney Plus was first?
No, I said Netflix was.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misheard that. My mistake.
I want to know who here actually used to have Netflix back when they did the DVDs.
Right here, this guy.
You did?
Yep.
Not me.
I used it all the time. What can I say? I love movies.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Surreal said, "What's Blockbuster?" Oh no, I feel old.
No.
I feel old.
Damn.
I'm fucking 80, bro. No.
Man, I hate that she says that when I literally turned 30 in 2 weeks.
Dog.
I feel like that's troll. I feel like that's trolling though.
Yeah. The last blockbuster ever in the world is actually in Bend, Oregon, which is
It
just
sure
about
is.
4
It
hours
sure
south
is.
from where I live. And it is now an Airbnb where you can walk around and pick movies off the shelves and watch them.
Also,
That is so weird.
featured in the hit movie Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yep.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, which is on Disney Plus.
True.
It is. It is on Disney Plus.
I mean, look, all four of us, we're Marvel fanboys, so I'm pretty sure, like, and we all love Star Wars too, so I'm pretty sure that like Disney Plus is like up there for us. I know I can kind of speak for everybody in that regard. As in terms of some of the services that just ain't doing it right, like what like who do you think's like at the bottom of the list right now that's like really needs to pull out some stops and look at their competitors and up the ante?
Who are we including in this? Because like, are we including like bottom tier, obviously poo-poo streaming services like Paramount Plus and Peacock? Are we talking like
yes,
the primary
everything.
five?
It's everything. Like, because like look, all of these subscriptions are starting to be shoved in our faces now. Like we got Paramount Plus going, hey, come to us. We're gonna have Halo, which I know we're all gonna want to watch Halo. So we're gonna have
I'm holding off on my free trial.
The thing
until
is,
Halo comes out.
I'm not like, see, I'm not a Halo guy. Like, I'm not willing to go to Paramount Plus just for Halo as like as a series. Like, that's definitely not a big enough draw for me. Like, honestly, like piggybacking off of what you guys said, is obviously we all do this together. We're gonna agree on most of this stuff. HBO Max and Disney Plus, like I would agree 100%. I feel like HBO Max has done the best turnaround of a non-successful streaming service to make it a successful streaming, like especially in like like HBO, the pandemic did wonderful things for HBO Max. Like, if there was any good thing we got out of that, it was like some of these streaming platforms fixing their shit, and HBO Max getting like all these exclusive deals with Warner Brothers really helped out their service. Disney Plus has, and in my opinion, the best original content right now.
I agree with you 100%.
I don't know about you guys, but I've used Netflix for very little these days.
Yeah.
Well, I would agree with that until like I actually recently started falling into a lot of the newer shows on Netflix and or like popular ones within the last year. Like, I just finished Cobra Kai on Netflix, and that show is very, very good. Like, very good. And I started watching the Ozarks recently, and that show is also very, very good.
Have you gotten to season 2 yet?
No, I'm nearing the end of season 1 on Ozark right now, but I got a lot of catching up to do on that.
Yeah, I dropped off after the first couple episodes of season 2, just a heads up.
The thing that I found with Netflix, if I may, the thing that I found about Netflix is you kind of have to like be paying really close attention to the ebbs and flows of Netflix, because it's like they're such a throw a grenade into the pit sort of like tactic, like at all times. So a lot of times you kind of have to like be paying closer attention to social media than you do the actual like Netflix like lineup, because a lot of times it's like right now that show Archive 81 is getting a lot of hype, a lot of fucking hype. That show's going off. We've seen Sweet Tooth, we've seen Arcane. Like there's Squid Game. Like we've seen social zeitgeist shows come out of Netflix. It's like absolute fucking bangers.
Stranger
out of
Things.
Exactly. Like they've made shows that have changed the course of how like Western civilization like functions and communicates with each other. And it's like you kind of have to just be paying attention to like what people are talking about on the internet to really get those Netflix gems, because it's like DJ obviously probably being facetious in chat is saying Netflix has like 4 good things. It's like they've had like 80 good things that we could list off if we really like had a conversation about it. But it's like the argument is Netflix goated because of such, or like are they gonna have the throne taken from them?
Yeah, I like the throne can easily be taken from them because they come out with shit like Death Note and like
Jupiter's
Army of
Legacy.
the Dead.
Get
Like,
fucked.
you
That was a
know.
good movie. Get fucked.
You know what I mean? They really are just all about throwing that grenade out there and just seeing what sticks,
Yeah,
you know.
they really
They're
do a see what sticks tactic, because the thing is when Netflix shows hit, they hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like like they definitely have like a very small gray area when it comes to their TV shows and like original content.
Well, it's like even with the Marvel Netflix shows like Daredevil and Punisher and Jessica Jones and all of those, like, made like some of them weren't as received as well as others, like Iron Fist, but Daredevil was and Punisher were two phenomenal shows and regarded as some of the best, like, quote unquote televised series Marvel content that's ever come out, you know. That there is a lot, there was a lot there and a lot offered through that program, but again, with Garrick and Xander, Disney Plus and HBO Max, they just have the best content out there. You know, we got things like with HBO, we got Godzilla, Mortal Kombat, Dune, Matrix, even though it wasn't that great. And not only that, but just the offerings of what HBO has in series content. You know, you got True Detective, you got Westworld, you know, Game of Thrones, you know, the list goes on. True Blood, like, it, you know, Kim, exactly. Fresh Prince is coming, you know. It's like, and what Kim's just said, Matrix was fine, not great, not bad, it was just fine, you know. It would have done better 10 years ago. But like,
True.
If you were to list your top 5 streaming services, what would they be? Xander, let's go to you. If you 1 through 5.
Oh man, I don't even know if I have 5.
Okay, 3. Let's just do 3.
Yeah, well, I do 3. I could do 3. Like, it would
That's
definitely
fine.
be it would be Disney Plus, HBO Max, and then Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you, Garrick?
Mine would, so just based off personal preference and just what I watch a lot of, mine is actually going to be Hulu, even though we didn't even mention it at all today.
I was waiting to talk about Hulu, actually.
I like, as far as like streaming platforms I personally visit really frequently, Hulu's definitely the top for me. Hulu, and then HBO Max, and then Disney Plus.
Or no, you got a stake in this race?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard for me because mine sort of like moves around pretty proactively. I still am very, very active in the Netflix boat, so I will say Netflix has number 1 for me still, but HBO Max is closely coming up at second, where when I go through my daily looking for stuff to watch routine, I'm hitting Netflix, and then immediately after checking HBO Max, and then after that is actually Amazon Prime.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm very deterred from Amazon Prime because of their UI. I don't like it. I think
bad.
it's I think it's pretty bad.
Some cleaning up.
The Amazon Prime sort of hits for me. It's my third choice because it's one of those. Okay, if I'm wanting to watch something more specific, like I have a general idea of what I want to watch, Amazon Prime is my go-to because I can always check to see if it's just randomly free for Amazon Prime people, and just type it in really fast. Like, oh, I wanted to watch fucking Taken the other night, and I typed it in and saw that it was on there for free. Watched it for free. I watched almost the entire Mission Impossible movies the other night because I knew I wanted to watch Mission Impossible. Typed it in, just so happened to be free on Amazon Prime. All of them up until the last 2. And the last 2, I don't mind buying those because they're more recent. I actually enjoy those movies. So
yeah, I'm not saying the content they have is bad because like even some of the original content is really good. I mean, we got graced with Invincible, you know.
But
But like,
I was actually also a fan of Upload on Amazon Prime as well. That one's kind of a funny one.
Need to watch
for me personally, it's that UI is just a deterrent because it doesn't run that smooth and it looks really bad. It looks like Xbox 360 when it first came out.
See that was my point when I was saying that it's more of a straight shot for me because I also hate the UI on that. I also hate how like if you didn't finish an episode like 100% through the credits, it'll continue to pop up on your continue to watch list. I hate it, but that's why I use it as more of a like, I'm only opening this if I know exactly what I want to watch. You know what I mean? Because I've been buying every episode of like Law and Order SVU for the past like 5 years. And so every time it pops up, I'm like, oh, like that'll be on the top of my list. But that's it.
Where's that sound clip? We just need the Law and Order SVU.
Bet. Say less. Bet.
But
So,
like,
anytime
despite
Devin says
Amazon
some
having like, sorry, Xander, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say anytime Devin says some sus shit, we just dun dun.
I was gonna say, like, despite Amazon having like probably my least favorite UI of what like the streaming services available today, they do have some unique features that I wish other streaming services did have. Primarily two things specifically that I feel like Amazon does great. There are channel offers that you can add on to your subscription, which is, it's an additional price, sure, but you can literally add them and remove them as you wish to use them. And it broadly increases your availability to watch shows. Like we use Stars and HBO, and I think we have like Paramount Plus and Peacock through our Amazon Prime account.
that's pretty
Like
cool.
we've got it all bundled into one, so it's still on one nice, neat little bill, and then we can just pick and choose the channels we want to add extra content if we want it. So I do like that Amazon does have like that pick and choose package option that you can pick up. And another thing that we were talking about this earlier, like Xander and I pausing shows to want to be able to look up actors and stuff. Amazon's the only streaming service that I'm aware of that has this. If I'm wrong, hit us up in that fact check. But when you pause an Amazon original content or anything on their platform, it will literally pause that scene and show everybody listed in that scene, the character that they play. You can go down, click on that character. It will pull up their IMDb bio. Like you can figure, it brings up every information you might want to know about a character or somebody you might recognize in another show that I wish every platform has.
It also brings up other shows and movies that they have also acted in that are available on Amazon to watch as well.
Yeah, it'll bring up recommendations in the sidebar when you pause it to look up the extra information. Like, that's an incredible feature I wish some of these other platforms had.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, because think about how many times you pull out your phone, you'll be like, I recognize that actor. What are they from? And then you go straight to like
Daily.
Google or like all the time. You're like, where are they from? I remember them being in something I liked. Or like, I don't like that actor or actress. You know what I mean? What else were there in the, stuff like that.
Exactly.
I find myself doing that a lot. I fluctuate between services quite a bit. I will say that one of my favorite things about Hulu specifically, and kind of HBO, is they actually have Crunchyroll channels on there. So you get a ton of the Crunchyroll content without having to have Crunchyroll premium services.
That's how I watched Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I've watched a lot of my shows. It's like I'm watching Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan and staying up to date on the newest episodes right now. I was watching them through Crunchyroll, but again, Crunchyroll's UI isn't that great either, So I watch all these shows through Hulu because they get it at the same time, If going back to like kind of there being 5, the reason why I wanted to say 5, I'd say like my list goes, I'm gonna count this as 1 and 2 because they're really like tied together for me, like HBO and Disney Plus. I use those two the most now.
And then it's Pornhub.
And then it's Netflix. oh man! I said,
baby, let's go.
Emotional damage.
You want that one?
Emotional damage.
Just wait, boys. I'm collecting them now. Let's go.
Just wait until he finds out how to tie the commands to sound effects with Touch Portal.
Yep,
wait.
That's
what we need to do. That's what we need to do. But anyways, Disney Plus and HBO tied 1 and 2 for me. Then Netflix, then Hulu, and then I would say Amazon for me. Because I do use Hulu quite a bit. most recently their show Yellow Jackets was
I heard about that.
fire.
I heard it's bomb. I've heard it's
I've
bomb.
heard about
It's
it,
just make sure you are in a good state of mind and ready for things to be fucked up though before you watch that show.
Yeah, I remember seeing like a tagline or something like that, where it was like, "Oh, you thought Squid Game was bad?"
Yeah.
Oh,
It is way more fucked up than Squid Games. This is
Okay.
like HBO fucked up.
Oh boy.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's say
Yeah.
less.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah. So
we like fucked up shit around here.
Oh,
but
Dun, dun.
I will say this though, it's I feel like the most I'd say the most two reoccurring services like in especially in our top 3 really have been HBO Max and Disney Plus. I mean not Disney Plus, Netflix. Those have been the 2 most reoccurring ones, I feel like, out of the 4 of us so far. So I'd say that like those are kind of leading the way. Wouldn't you say that like as a group?
Yeah.
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 With I would say Netflix is still objectively top dog, with HBO Max close on its tail with some of the deals it's been getting. But 2022 has the potential to be the year of Disney Plus.
I agree
Yeah.
like 100% with that because we have the Ahsoka series.
Yep.
We have the Obi-Wan series.
Mhm.
We have Moon Knight. We have Secret Invasion. We have Miss Marvel. Like the list kind of goes on right there of
Yeah.
and those are just the series. That's not counting the movies that are coming, whether they be 45 days after release or day 1 releases. Like even movies coming 45 days after their initial release, that's still a big vibe right there because
Mhm.
it used to be 6 to 12 months on Netflix, you know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's I've loved that the pandemic has shifted those release times to like something. Basically, we're getting on streaming platforms the same day it would go to like its DVD
Mhm.
release, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep. It's like like I said, when Netflix had that like 6 to 12 month rule previously, we'd sit there and wait for these movies to come out on, physical release so we can rent them off of, a provider of our choice.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, Blockbuster.
That's such a big window though. Like just real quick, like let's just talk about that. Like 6 to 12 months, that is a long time for a title to lose hype.
Yeah.
A long time,
Yeah.
especially like in like with what we do with like the the content and pop culture news. Could you imagine like us not being able to see like the latest movie as when it came out in theaters for whatever reason, and then like not being able to get our hands on it on a streaming service for a whole year?
Yeah.
Like by the time we got around to watching it, no one's gonna give a crap. Like shortening, like that's a
Yeah.
big like that window really makes up a difference, like from the on the industry
And
end.
also from the business's standpoint too, like the 45 days that could potentially help retention for those subscriptions. Because
Exactly, yeah,
like
that
who's
retention.
gonna cancel it only to like re-up it like the next week or something like that, because like, oh wait, I haven't used this in like the last like 20 or so days, let me just cancel it. Oh wait, no, this thing's coming out in another 20 days. Shit. Yeah, I'll just hold on to it.
Exactly. Like being able to go see Eternals in theater, knowing exactly like you were able to go see Eternals in theaters, walk out of the theater that day knowing exactly when it was going to be available on Disney Plus for you to watch at home.
Yep.
And that's a good feeling.
Yeah, and so we just want to say the big 3 right now: HBO Max, Disney Plus, Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're the winners of
Agreed.
they're winning and they're kind of setting the pace and the tone for a lot of the other streaming services. Now this is our opinion. Personally, this doesn't mean that this is factual, although Netflix has gotten to a point where they can charge $20 a month now for their streaming service and people will still pay it, which is insane to me. Like if you have Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max and Amazon, that is a cable bill now. It is no longer
Yep.
quote unquote cheaper than having cable anymore. But who the fuck wants cable? I want to be able to watch what I
that's
want
why I
when I
like,
want.
like when I first moved here, I literally was like on the phone with Xfinity for like a good hour, like explaining like I want the bare bones minimum cable, but I want you to maximize internet.
Best internet package available.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, well, we don't have that
1
as an
gig
available
internet.
package. I'm like, you can make it happen. Make it happen.
Yeah,
Word is
yeah.
out.
Look, I have friends who work for Xfinity. I know that you can just get internet with good speeds without cable. Those people are trying to sell you something so they can make more money. That's all
Tell
that
them
is.
what you want. Just tell them what you want.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we've come to conclusion here. So I am going to go over and check our fact checked page real quick and see if we got anything. Which we have Ocean Shrine coming in. Or no, thank you. Hideo Kojima was inducted into the AIAS Hall of Fame in 2016, being the only inductee of that year. So, yeah,
What
There
a
we
flex.
reaffirming the fact that Hideo Kojima is a badass and a rock star. Goated. Please use our fact check channel in our Discord, which you can get to right here. If you have not yet joined, come hang out. We're in there all the time, honestly, like literally all the time. Like last night we had like 4 different like voice channels going on at the same time, and everybody was just bouncing between them pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love saying hi to everybody, and I love everybody becoming friends. And Xander's bully also wanted people to know that Xander has an OnlyFans through Good Kraken.
All right.
Just kidding, guys. Dun dun. Emotional damage.
So, Devin, what's our schedule?
Yeah. So our schedule: Monday, the Spawnies live reaction at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us as we react to Khalif Adams over at Spawn on Me. Tuesday, we will be doing our GK podcast, and we'll be talking more about is Arceus the Pokemon future.
I'll have more to say in depth on
Absolutely.
Tuesday.
Perfect. Wednesday, it'll be Ocean Shrine story time with Horizon Zero Dawn finale. Thursday, we will be doing our Shipwreck Show live recording. Go over to patreon.com/Good Kraken Show where you can be a part of that. Now, Friday, we're going to be doing our regular scheduled programming of Splash Damage. And for that episode, we will be playing the brand new Dying Light 2.
Let's go!
Hopefully there isn't an hour-long tutorial before you can play with your friends, but we will find out.
We will.
Yep.
I mean, I'll be doing it the night before, so fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah.
9 o'clock
Some of us have work.
West Coast. 9 o'clock on the West Coast. You'll be awake.
Yeah. Saturday, we will also be doing another GK podcast, and we will be having our first guest of 2022. That'll be Nikki Nanamani. So please,
Nanami. Nikki Nanami is just out here doing the fucking thing. I am so excited to have her on. I'm
Is that
so
inspired
excited
by Jujutsu Kaisen at all? That's just me.
I think so. Actually.
Nanami.
Yeah. She's out here living that life too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's up? Hype. Please let us know your thoughts about the streaming service that is just killing it right now, or let us know who's doing absolutely terrible and they're just dog trash.
IMDb TV.
I was gonna say Crackle because they're still around. Tubi.
No, Crackle. I'm pretty sure Crackle went under.
Did it? Well, this has been the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 3 p.m. Eastern, right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you've enjoyed the show, you can head on over to our patreon.com/Good Kraken Show, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive post-show content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services across the digital sea.
Yarn.
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 Squawk.
Squawk.
You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking the beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken, ! And leaving a review there. Until next time, squawk!
Squawk.
You smell like a blockbuster.